Hey, welcome back to the shop. This is episode number 2 of me and my 3D print business. Honestly, guys, I've been overwhelmed by the amount of interaction and comments from you. I've got some progress updates, show you kind of what I'm working on today in the business, and then also a little bit of Q&A to answer some of your questions that you've been asking in the comments section. Let's get started. To start today off, we'll do a little package opening. I wanted to give some context around my background a little bit. I had somebody ask me in the comments, am I an engineer? And the straight and simple answer to that is no, I'm not an engineer. I'm just a guy with way too many hobbies. Today in the mail though, I got a new roll of filament. I have avoided touching TPU or really any filament outside of PLA up to this point. Honestly, I've just been a little nervous to try it out. It's kind of a big learning curve, but now's the time to bite the bullet. So I kind of go in these waves where I'll be afraid to do something and then I'll work up the courage to try it out, which kind of sounds silly, but that's honestly how it goes. And this is the next step. So got some TPU in. I'll throw that in the printer tonight. Go get this print started right now actually to kind of test it out. I've heard it's going to be challenging, but we'll see what the results are. All right, print is all set up. I'm gonna send this guy off to printer number 1 over here. Just loaded it up with the TPU, so I have no idea if it's gonna work in a Bowden tube. I suspect it won't. We might have to do direct drive, but I'm not set up for that. So we'll just give it a whirl and see what happens. I left this on the printer because I want to show you guys. I have been adding to my storage and organization, which you can see, all over my workshop. All right, so here's what I was talking about. I used to have like just a few collections, not all the sizes, but I went through my 3D models and added all the ones that I didn't have. So now you've got the 1 bys, the 2 bys, and the 3 bys. And I say 3 bys, like let's take the 2 for example, because it fits 2 inches on a 1-inch pegboard. And then 4 heights as well. So this is really all the variation you need. You might need some more specific models, but I want to get this set up so I can offer this as a STL file download for people. When thinking about products to sell on my store, scalability and reliability is something that's really important to me. These products potentially could be scalable, but they're not reliable in the sense that these little pegs to actually fit the pegboard are not durable enough to make me feel comfortable selling them as a product that I print and then ship to people, because I just know that I'd get a lot of returns, and rightfully so, and I don't feel comfortable doing that. But an STL file for people who want to use that, that makes more sense. I've got a couple orders I got to pack up tonight and ship out tomorrow. One are these DeWalt charging brackets, so I'll need to print the packaging for that. I kind of showed that in my last video, so I won't make you go through that again. And then some of these, I have a dovetail system that I set up so you can mount coat hooks, and then these are circle shape, which are kind of fun. I also have like a pill shape and a hexagon. Pretty cool on my store, but a couple of those need to go out as well.
All right, while I'm doing some packaging today, I'll answer the question, what 3D modeling software do I use? I use Shaper 3D. It's a fairly good 3D modeling software, does have parametric abilities now. It's paid, I will say that, but it's a business expense for me. And so far it's worked well. I like some things, I don't like other things.
Progress on the TPU filament is going pretty good. So a lot better than I was expecting. I guess I didn't know what to expect, but it seems to be going down really well. It's very shiny. All right, also just got an order for one of these while I was doing some recording, so we'll get that queued up and get going so we can have it shipped out fast. Make sure it goes to the right printer as well. Love it. All right, so I got like the basic functions of the stuff done today, orders packed and shipped. Working on another prototype for a new product with the TPU that I talked about earlier. I'll give you an update, whether at the end of this video or in the next video on how that's going. But I wanted to answer some of the questions that you guys have been having kind of around the business as a whole, and then maybe a little bit about my background. I have no engineering experience. I have just always been somebody who had wanted to work for themselves. I am 31 years old now, and I have been working at trying to start a business since I was in my early 20s, like maybe probably before that. I started like some little tiny side hustle things like when I was really young, like high school age, but nothing, nothing that was going to support yourself. Did the college route, got a marketing degree, been working in and out of marketing for that time, kind of like entry-level job and stuff. But I've always been trying to work on a side business. And 2 years ago actually, I moved into a home. My wife and I did after living in apartments for a very long time. And with the extra space, because we were in a studio apartment before that, I decided to pick up a Black Friday deal on this little tiny Creality 3D printer. There's literally cobwebs on it now. I haven't used it in a while, and I have a lot of spiders in my very old home. But the thing cost me maybe like 120 bucks. I spent like the better part of that year just messing around and making stuff like these DeWalt charging brackets, which I showed in my last video, solving problems in my own home that I needed fixed. This was my first product, fully packaged, and this is what it looked like. And my wife encouraged me and said, hey, you've been doing this for a while, you've been using this product, why don't you upload it on Etsy and just see what happens? So I did, and I got my first sale within, I think, like a week of having it up online. My first sale was actually January 17th. Look at that hair. All gone now, but January 17th of 2024 was my first sale. I wanted just to say, it took me a year of just messing around and practicing. I had no educational prior 3D modeling training. I just kind of watched YouTube videos, messed around. I do have friends who are engineers. I didn't really have them sit down and teach me, but I did find what worked for me. I knew I wanted to get into parametric modeling so I could be more accurate. I wasn't trying to make free-form objects for the most part. And then I just did the easiest path possible, which was uploaded online to Etsy. The platform's already there just to see. And I made sales. I sell these for $15 a piece, and I include 3 of them with all the hardware for people. So you can do the math. 15 bucks a piece. I had 10 of these made, and I sold them. I paid off the printer pretty much within like a month or so. And I've put up other products too. Some sell and some don't. So it's a matter of this year has been a time of experimentation to, one, learn how Etsy works in my case, which going into 2025, I'd like to set up a Shopify store as well, so I'm not fully reliant on Etsy. But this is something that just takes time. This space that I'm in, I've been building out for the last 2 years. It's like a dirty corner in my basement that I cleaned up, painted the walls, put all this stuff in, and I just try to go fast and loose with it and do what makes sense at the time, and know that I can always change it down the road. But all that to say, I just wanted to point that out because I have been receiving so much positive feedback from you guys, and it sounds like a lot of you are in the same boat, kind of just starting off on that journey. Just take it slow, have fun, and when you find success in what you're doing, follow that success, right? And if you're not finding success, then just get a little creative and change what you're doing and try a different approach until you find something that works. Yeah, that's the advice, I suppose. A little bit about my background, and I'll fill you in more details, as we continue this video series. Thanks again for sticking around to the end of the video. I will, in my next video, showcase that prototype I'm working on with the TPU to let you know how that worked out. The last thing I want to say is when I upload this video, I've been on YouTube for many years with different channels and have never really found a lot of success. And this video I uploaded just for me, just so I could have a way to share what I do, because I really have been enjoying my work over the past year. And you guys blew me away with over 100 subscribers. I printed this out this morning because I was thrilled and overwhelmed with the amount of feedback and everything I've been getting from you. And at the time of filming right now, I am almost at 300 already. So again, I appreciate it. If you have any additional questions or things you'd like to see in upcoming videos, I will be taking a lot of feedback from all of you and making sure that we're doing some extra Q&A and whatnot, showcasing things, answering questions that you have to help you along your journey. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.